everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're having a good day, and welcome back to our playthrough of Ultimate General American Revolution. We are about to launch our assault on Boston, or at least we're gearing up for our assault on Boston. It's finally time. We've taken Fort Ticonderoga and most of the forts to the west. We still have a few over there that are guarding the approaches into Canada, but we will deal with them at a later date. But it's really about time, as we are about to get into the fall, to try and take Boston really before the British can really hunker down. Although I'm pretty sure on this difficulty they don't really hunker down too much more than they already have. We've pretty much surrounded the city of Boston. And it's hard to see at the moment because we did have this come up pretty much right as I saved at the end of the last episode. Basically, it's saying that the British are trying to sabotage our government. So our government efficiency is reduced by 25% for 7 days. I believe that means we get less in taxes. I'm not really sure how that works quite yet, how your government efficiency actually works when it comes to, managing the system, but I think overall it has an effect on taxes. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Although it hasn't, if I feel like when our government efficiency goes up, our tax rate, like our income, gets better. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we're gearing up to attack Boston. As we saw in the last episode, they have, between Boston and Salem, about 8,000 men. Now, we had troops coming down to Hartford at the end of the last episode. We do have troops we could pull from, I don't want to pull any from Fort Ticonderoga, but we could always pull troops from Fort Saratoga, or even Bennington, and even Montgomery. These are all places that we could pull these troops from. The other option is we could always delete troops in Fort Saratoga and Fort Montgomery in order to rebuild them into better units over here, although we are having musket issues, which that would actually help out. So that is actually what I'm going to do with our troops over here in Fort Montgomery. At the very least, probably Fort Saratoga, we will see. I don't want to leave too many troops this side too undefended, especially when we're staring down 2,000 men across from Fort Ticonderoga. Although I think on this difficulty, the normal difficulty which we're playing through this playthrough on, the AI tends to be not as aggressive, or at least that's what it seems. I'm doing a hard playthrough as well, just on my own time, and it seems like the AI is definitely more aggressive, especially with some of the new patches, which is one of the reasons why I haven't deleted a lot of these militia units that you can only add in have three companies in. So it's sort of like my understanding, at least of it, hard. Now this is normal difficulty, and it does, like I said, the AI doesn't seem to be as aggressive. But I know on hard difficulty, if we were to just delete these units, the AI would then come and take these positions. At least that's what I've found on the hard difficulties, and then you have to fight your way up. Personally, I feel like holding on to these units, at least until this point, because what I could always do is come and edit the units and make these guys Fusiliers if I really wanted to, which in some instances might be the case. For example, we have these guys are pretty well trained units, so that's something we might want to think about doing with something like this. Because they actually do have experience, so making them Fusiliers with their experience might actually be something we want to do. And like I said, it also helps when it comes to, at least on the harder difficulties, basically discouraging the AI from actually attacking us in these locations, or at least taking these locations. Because if we had to delete them, more likely we'd have to rebuild them in Hartford, which would leave us vulnerable for a period of time, which, like I said, on harder difficulties, maybe not the best idea. On something like this, is probably not going to affect us all that much on the normal difficulty. At least that's how I feel about it. From what I can tell, the AI is definitely not as aggressive as they are in the hard difficulty. So I feel like disbanding these local militia units slowly over time tend to be a better idea than just all out like as soon as they're available, delete them, because like I said, you run the risk of losing your positions, and then you have to fight back for it, which in some instances may be beneficial, because then you're breaking up British units. For example, if we were to take these men out of Portsmouth, or even just disband them, they might actually send troops from Salem to take those positions, which would leave Salem a little less undefended. So making it possibly a little easier for us to attack Salem and or Boston. So there's different ways you could play about it. I feel like sometimes the best idea, especially for ones that you end up using, such as these ones that you do get some experience on, just to hold off, wait till you unlock Continental Army, and then just make them Fusiliers in the future. Whereas something like this, I could easily just go ahead and disband these men. However, I do want to leave these in place now. What I may end up doing is disbanding this unit in Falmouth, rebuilding them here at Portsmouth, because we do have recruits here. So they are getting a bit of a draw when it comes to the recruits, and they could always pull from other places. Now, granted, it's nowhere near as much as we have in like Hartford. Now, what we could do also as well, because the construction point is pretty good, we could always build a recruiting house, which would actually help with recruits. It would take 21 days. We don't have that kind of time. If I had been thinking about it earlier, that's probably something I should have done. I could also spend some money to increase available recruits. That'll help out when I disband this unit, which I will do here shortly, but at the moment I'm going to keep it under my command just until we get a little bit more situated down here. Now, as we can see, all the units down here are fully equipped, and we are currently building out some new units, including our very first major Fusilier unit, our actual regular Continentals. However, we do need more Charlevilles. Did we end up buying? No, we did not buy them in the last. Oh wait, I'm trying to remember now. Isn't this the weird one where it's saying we need more, but we really don't? Yeah, so it says we need more Charlevilles, but we actually don't for this army. Not sure why it's saying we do. I might buy just like 10, just so we have them. Who knows? May fix that issue of saying we don't have any. So let's just buy 10 and go from there. We do have enough Galloper guns, both in the 3-pound and the 12-pound range, to equip another unit or two. So by deleting that army, we actually allow us to do that, but we definitely do not have enough civilian muskets to equip our army with enough. So we do have to worry about that. I did want to look at my ammunition stores to see if I can slow down production of ammunition. It's at 50, which isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst. So what I might just do is I might sell some of these textiles. That actually didn't give us much. We don't have any furs. We do actually have great provisions right now at 110, but winter is coming, as the saying goes. We do have a lot of construction materials, so maybe we drop this down to 50 for now. Actually, we have a nice even 1,000, so let's sell that, and let's buy a little bit more civilian muskets. Let's buy about, let's say, 2,000 worth. We actually don't have a lot on the market that we can actually buy from. The market is actually waning on these. So we're going to really have to rely on production. So what I'll do is I'll actually rent another factory out and allow us to come over to here and try and add a little bit more. So now we're making 50 a day. And that'll help us out when it comes to building out another unit, which we will go ahead and start building out another unit because we deleted that one that was in Fort Saratoga. Eventually we want to send units back to Fort Saratoga. But for now we'll just arm this group. We'll get 4 units. We'll do another artillery unit and give them, actually, you know what, we'll give them 3-pounders. We'll take a look. Saying we only have 4 in our arsenal. I thought for sure we had 5 or before. We'll have to see. And of course another supply stretcher. However, we are going to have to buy some more wagons to be able to outfit these supply stretchers. Because I don't believe we have any, and I believe it takes 3 wagons. Wagons. There's only 4 on the market. So let's buy 3 wagons. So yeah, it takes 3 wagons to outfit the supply structures. I believe it might be 4, but we'll see. Okay, so now that we're pretty much building up our army, we're gonna have to fast forward a few days. Now we are a few days away from getting our Navy department, which will open up, and then immediately, I feel like raising funds might want to be the next thing we do. Officer recruitment probably would help too. We do have a lot of reputation to deal with, but I want to kind of save that to immediately get the Morgan's Riflemen, because I really think that's going to help us out the most. So we could also, actually, let's take a look. Do we have any experienced artillery? Probably not. It's hard to tell. So actually we will. Where's that unit we just built out? Is that this one? We can actually give them some training immediately. That's interesting. I guess you can when you do these. So let's just make sure we have enough, and let's go ahead and equip them with the 12 pounders. So now we have 2 regular army units that are going to come up, probably join these units up here, and then we're probably going to, like I said, eventually, probably after all these units get built back up, we'll probably delete this unit in Falmouth, rebuild him down here to be able to give him some more cannon, or give him some cannon, or maybe we'll just do Minutemen. Actually, these guys have no cannon down here. I could also delete one of these units. I'm not going to do that just yet because I don't want to potentially draw in any units from Salem. I don't think it's going to happen on normal difficulty, but I don't want to take that risk. And then, because I really want to be able to attack Boston from 4 sides. Essentially, a group selling forth from Leicester, up from Providence, up from Middleborough, and then down from Portsmouth. The idea is distracting the units in Salem with these 3 regiments, essentially these 3 once we rebuild this unit, to draw away the attention of the forces in Salem. Now they will be completely outnumbered by a lot, probably about 1,000 men, but it'll allow us to march on Boston without getting Boston reinforced by the troops that are in Salem. That's the plan, at least. We're going to go with it. And like I said, we might go ahead and delete this unit as well and have them reform. We can always send them back afterwards, but like I said, I might pay attention and try and see how well these guys rebuild, because I am sort of worried. Actually, they're almost at full strength, and they're almost twice outnumbered. Now, granted, they are in a level 3 fort, but that does not mean they're impenetrable, especially since they are just militia. They are not fusiliers. Now, I could also upgrade them to be fusiliers. Actually, I cannot. Is there something we're missing? For some reason, it's blanked out for these 2 units. Maybe you can't do it in forts. That's what I'm going to assume, is that when they're in forts, they can't actually be upgraded to fusiliers. Or maybe we don't have enough officers? I'm not really sure. Not really sure. That might actually become an issue, so we might actually see, when building out these regiments, the ones that I just built, although this one's almost completely formed. Actually, I think it is completely formed. It's just showing it's not because of that weird glitch. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead. Enough rambling. Let's go ahead and play through this a little, see what happens. Alright, so we're getting some gold from Connecticut. Our loyalty in Connecticut is at 80%. So this is going to hurt a little bit. We're going to drop us down to 75%, but I don't think that's going to hurt us too much in the long run. We need the money. Alright, so British took charge of the Northern Theater, and they are reinforcing. So another 1,300 men. And they are reinforcing, well, it says Albany, Fort Ticonderoga, so we might be coming under attack here soon. So we're not going to want to take our eyes off of this area. We want to keep that. At least we haven't had any news of any sea invasion yet. Still not sure why these units are the way they are, why they won't fully form out. It's kind of weird. Same with the ones in Middleborough, they just will not go the full strength. but these guys are starting to. So we're gonna keep fast forwarding, and what we don't have enough wagons. We don't have enough muskets. It's saying. So yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll buy everything we have. That's everything though for civilian muskets. Yeah, that's not good. We are 18 days away from being able to produce United States muskets, but that's still not going to help us out any. In the meantime, we got 2 more days to the Navy Department, 8 more days till we can start producing wagons. I think we are going to have to rent out one more factory because we got to start cranking out some of these guns if we want to attack Boston anytime soon. Let's just go ahead and we'll do 70 per day for a little while. What's it saying? They want 61. They'll give us 4 copper. And it declines. You know what? We could probably sell that copper and use it to buy better muskets, which would help our civilian muskets. So let's do that. That might actually help. Alright, international changes. So yeah, we don't have. Let's buy the 2 that are on the market. Let's come over here to resources, sell that copper. Maybe any other resources we think we can part with, which isn't really much. I don't want to take too much more because we are producing pretty quickly at this point. I don't want to sell any of my guns. Don't have any ships. Which one's the cheaper weapon? As much as I would like to buy some Charlevilles, how much would it cost us to outfit another regiment with Spanish 55s? 2,500. That hurts, but I think we need to do it just to be able to spread out our weapons a little more. So let's go ahead and give him a group of Spanish 55s. That should help spread out some of these guns a little. Alright, so we got Continental Navy. So that should help. Let's come back up here. Let's assign a officer. Let's go ahead and get them going on some research. Let's go ahead and come over here. We could immediately do Morgan's Riflemen, but I'm not actually going to do that because I think you actually get them like immediately after doing it, and I really think we should actually hire maybe one more regiment and then get Morgan's Riflemen. So I think what I'm going to do in the meantime, I think I'm going to start raising funds, but I'm also going to need officer so actually let me do this. I'll do officer recruitment. We'll spend the 6 reputation, which actually hurts us. I should not have done that. So we're not going to be, because I think if you drop below 20 reputation, that's when you actually start getting a negative for reputation. Dang, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Oh well. It's too late now. What did I? Okay, I did do officer recruitment. And we actually are having officer issues as well. We do not have enough officers. We can get this guy moving out. Let's get him going towards Providence. Because it doesn't look like they're building up anymore. I don't know why you're going to take the long way. Stick to the roads, you'll move faster. The other thing we can do, finally, is we can actually disband these now. And the reason we're going to disband them is so we can rebuild them in another port. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So we've done that. Now we're going to come back down here to Newport. And we are going to rebuild the ships. So we can create, we'll put some officers inside, in charge. Great. Create, oh wait, officer. Great. And of course this isn't taking any money to do so, so that's always good. And great. So now we have a 6th Fleet Navy, and we are actually going to, after they get manned up, because that is actually the one issue we are going to have because they need to get more men, is we are going to start sending them out. Now apparently there is a little bit of an exploit where if you actually send them out and they win battles and let them auto-resolve, apparently you can, I guess, get a lot of reputation. They actually have a lot of ships here with a lot of guns. So maybe it would have been, I don't know. Yeah, our Navy isn't too big. It's mostly cutters and then the 2 5th rates, I think these were. And then the 1 7th rate. Probably wouldn't hurt to add another ship to it, but we don't have the funds to do that. And really, as I'm thinking about it, with the manpower and officer issues we are starting to have, and the musket issues we are starting to have, we're just not having enough. Like I said, we've completely bought out everything we have. For some reason, we are not getting any furs. Even though I know I have a lot of fur manufacturers. For some reason, oh, you know what? I forgot to bring in another militiaman unit. Which we don't even have enough civilian rifles to do that right now. That's insane. And we are going to start suffering from some desertion. Unless we sell some stuff. Yay. Aren't we having fun? So we have some textiles. Let's sell the textiles. That could at least, oh no, that doesn't even get us out of the red. Let's come down to 10 on all this, I guess. Let's come down to 40 on construction materials. 10 on iron. Sell the copper we got. So that gets us back up to 4,000, which will last us a little bit longer. I'd love to buy some more Charlevilles or Spanish 55s. We do have 2 on the market of these we can buy. We can go ahead and, what are they saying? We need more cannon? How do we not have enough? That's saying civilian muskets. Not enough money? Well, we have enough money now. Not enough civilian muskets. Where's that other unit? The one that, let's go ahead and add another Minuteman unit while we have some in our arsenal. It's probably going to take a few days to let these guys build out. Because again, we're just trying to produce as quickly as possible these civilian muskets. We need the money, so I don't really care who this, oh god, New York. We gotta do it. Yeah, Declaration of Causes and Necessity of Taking Up Arms has been written. That was essentially the, I wouldn't say the Declaration of Independence before the Declaration of Independence, but essentially that was it. We definitely need more officers. We are slightly increasing on reputation. See, how did they take damage? Why is it saying we're taking damage down here? That's weird. Okay, so we did go ahead and, what was it that we've, was that raising funds? I think it was raising funds that we just did. So let's do recruitment of low-ranking officers. I can do that with anybody. Okay. Let's replace this one for now, just because we're so far away from that one. Let's get him going on that. We could refill textile. I think we need to do raising funds again, though, with him. It probably wouldn't hurt to do some refill copper, but we're so close to getting United States muskets. But you know what? we need civilian muskets right now. It's really not going to help us too much to stop producing civilian muskets when that's what we need right now. Yeah, well, we had 229. Actually, we are starting to get ahead again. So now that we're having an officer issue, what I might do is bring down that, come back to production, start producing some more ammo again. This episode is mostly going to be, like I said, the build up to attacking Boston, because it is going to take some finagling. Not enough muskets, not enough officers, so we're having issues with... Okay, so it looks like it's just officers in this regard. Not enough officers, not enough, I'm assuming officers. Whereas these guys are probably having musket issues. No, not enough officers. Because, yeah, we have plenty of muskets. We are starting to get a stockpile of muskets now. So we're just really having issues with the officers, but hopefully we got, what, 14 more days to more officers come. Wagons is complete. Trying to see what... I think equipment committee might be where we want to go next, because I'm looking at like the tree, because it would unlock supply house, which also gives us more research speed, but it also allows us to get better unit provisions and better production if we were to go that route. So I think, yeah, we're going to go equipment committee and then do encampments, just to hopefully help out a little bit some of our production. Maybe get this one and then try and get this one, just keep helping out our production, keep things going in that regard. I wonder if let's go ahead and do refill textiles with him. That way we can keep working towards selling all that. Because again, finances, they are an issue. They're going to continue to be an issue until we take Boston. So we actually have an alliance offer to join an alliance with Spain. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't do it, because it literally would drop our reputation and raise tensions. So there's really no negative I see from joining an alliance with Spain right now. So let's go ahead and do that. And we are back into the black, or the red, sorry. Which we're actually having no problem with muskets now. So let's go ahead. Let's sell about half of our supply. We'll leave 200 in storage. That gets us back into good. We do have a fur we can sell. Oh, that's buy. Definitely don't want to buy that many furs. We got some textiles. We can actually, let's not sell let's sell one of the textiles, because I know we are needing them to repair our ships that somehow got damaged. Not really sure why our ships got damaged, but they did. Probably should have rebuilt them in New Haven, because I think, yeah, New Haven has a good construction bonus. We are slowly getting up here, but we are now low on muskets again. Or at least that's what it's saying. We do have more officers finally, and we have more on the way. We got more funds coming, and we're refilling copper and textiles, which we would then be able to sell. Alright, so we got some more civilian muskets due to some covert manufacturing. That helps out. We're still having officer issues though. However, we are now just 7 days away, so another week away from that. Thankfully, finances seem to be holding pretty well at the moment. And our ships are finally able to set sail. Actually, we're having some officer issues. on one of them. They're only at 98% now. It actually dropped down. I'm not sure what happened. We might go ahead and start sailing forth though with our ships. So we are still having officer issues. Yeah, I know they're missing an officer, but you know what? Let's have these guys leave port. See if we can't get into a fight with some British vessels. Maybe protect our sea trade routes. Maybe possibly even take some British vessels. I don't know. It all depends on what we come across out here. Okay, I think I'm gonna just try moving these guys to New Haven. I think that might be a better location. And if we come across some British fleets, it'll probably be better. I mean, we might actually get a chance to maybe take some. I'm gonna leave the garrison here with these 2 units and move them up to Leicester. Because if we take a look at them, oh, I've exited out, but for some reason it's saying they only have 462. But if you look at this, they're fully staffed. I was looking at it, same with, well, now not so much anymore with these guys, but now it's saying we don't have enough officers. But if you go in, even though it's saying we don't have enough troops, we are fully manned in all these units. Same with Middleborough. This might be a better. So you see, it says we have 100 men. I'm not sure why it's saying we don't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can't move this fleet. Find some British ships along the way. Hopefully some smaller ones, because we really need to start building our navy out some more. Oh, that's not good. Well, they have 150 guns. We have 114. So this 6-ship fleet is the entirety of their fleet. They are coming after us. Let's see what happens. At least it looked like they were coming after us. Maybe they're not. Yeah, we might see some action. Well, we got a 2,000 gold donation. Looks like they have no interest in attacking us. Just realized I went against what I said I was going to do, and I have not been paying attention to what's going on up here. But it doesn't look like there's anything going on up here. So we are moving our fleet. We might be able to add to it. Let's see what I know we can't really buy much. The best thing we could buy would be a 6-rate. There's one on the market, but it's 8,000 or 10,000 if we wanted to buy it. We could get some more cutters, but that's just really not going to do it. And we barely even have enough for a cutter. So I think we really are just going to have to probably take Boston before we even think about building out our navy some. Alright. So this would increase tensions if we did that. I think we're actually pretty good with the creeks, so let's go ahead and do that, because we can easily sell that. What was I going to look at? We are really good with civilian muskets now. We might want to slow down production. That might help with our finance. Oh, wow. I hadn't been paying attention. I wonder how long this has been available. So let's start working towards dragoons. Because like I said, I think I will go ahead and do Morgan's Riflemen once I'm in a position to do so, but I'll just use reputation for that. We're definitely going to start working towards ordnance innovation, and let's go ahead and do qualified engineer. Oh no, wait, U.S. muskets, we never did finish that. And we only got 4 more into intelligence network is done. 4 more into refill textiles is done. So we should actually be sitting pretty good with our resources. Yeah, we got 13 copper. We got a bunch, not a bunch of textiles, but we have some textiles to our name now that we can sell if our finances get pretty dour. And we're really just looking for muskets at this point. Not enough Spanish 55s? I thought I ordered enough to outfit that whole unit, but I guess not. How many do I need to outfit the rest of that unit? Just 10 more. Okay, we can buy 10 more. Let's just buy 15 more. Why not? Okay, 15 more. That unit will be totally outfitted. And then they'll be, but all these people in Hartford will be ready to go, because for some reason, even though they're saying, again, even though they're saying they're not fully equipped, they are fully equipped. So let's get them out. Actually have them start heading towards Middleborough. They'll join that garrison. Not sure why Cummings will not join the Leicester garrison. He's just moseying on about out there. I'm not really sure what's going on. Get in the garrison. Thank you. Appreciate you. So we got Guy moving up. They should be fully equipped at the end of the day. So we finally have that. I think it might be time to disband this unit and have them join up here in Portsmouth. So get rid of him. Recreate him down here. We'll just do a militia regiment. We have some choices. Let's go with. Actually, let's save him. We might be able to put him in and make him a. Yeah, Galloper guns. Let's come over here, because we might actually be able to improve. I guess we can't with him. It's not that much of an improvement. Let's see. Hold on. What's it saying? It's saying 3 days. I don't know if it's going to make. Well, it brings it down. So yeah, let's make him in charge of the intelligence network, because it did actually help with how fast we can get things done over there. So we got another unit reforming here. They'll probably take Falmouth. Hopefully we'll be able to take it back after we join up, after we defeat Boston. Why does it look like they're about to march out? Maybe that's just what they look like when they're in there. It might just be what they look like when they're in there. We have room for 2 more armies. I think I will just create a couple more militia regiments, to be honest. And they'll probably be not even have artillery. I will literally just create a few militias. Like just some Minutemen and some militia. Just to outfit our ranks a little bit more. Because we really don't have the money to spend on more guns. Like artillery guns. And we do have plenty of civilian muskets in storage, so this might take a couple days, but we'll outfit them, and then I think we'll be in a position to move on Boston. Get Brown into that garrison. Increased tension between Britain and France. France and America are declining. So yeah, this guy's already ready to go. Let's send him up to Leicester. We'll send the other one from Middleborough when he's ready to go. How about up here in Portsmouth? Yeah, he's ready to go up in Portsmouth. We are closing in. Intelligence network is complete. Let's go ahead and do intelligence agency, because we are having that officer issue, and getting upgrading to some colleges is going to help out a lot. And then of course what I think I'm going to do is replace the project over here. We'll spend the reputation. Brings us down to 33, but we should also get 1 more unit actually that we can outfit at the end of today. Where's this? God, New York. I really need the money though. I don't think we can do it to New York again. I don't want to keep affecting their loyalty over there. We do have a few of these that are completed now. Let's get them back working on dragoons. You will just get back working on fleet planning. Although we could do naval officer recruitment. But I don't think we're not too worried about that. Maybe after we take Boston, that'd be something we worry about. So now we have Daniels Morgan's rifles. Give them some training, and even then we're going to build them out. Fortunately, we can only give these guys hunting rifles for now. And for now, we're actually just going to keep it straight. Oh, we are out of civilian muskets again, aren't we? Civilian muskets, yeah, 0. We really don't have any money to buy right now. Not enough muskets. E. Let's go back. Let's go back up here. Crank that back up for a little while. Come here to production. Get rid of that and ammo. Supply as much as we can do. 80 per day, that's fine. We'll do that for a few days just to help out. Get these guys fully up. He's not quite in range yet. We're almost there, guys. We are almost, I feel, in a good position where we can attack Boston. I'm so sorry that this has probably been a bit of a boring episode. And when I say a bit of a boring episode, I know it's been a boring episode, and I apologize. Hopefully this is the kind of stuff you like. If not, and we're back in the red. We do not want people deserting, so let's come over to goods. We stocked up all this for a reason. I'm adamant of not selling horses yet because we are getting closer to being able to get dragoons now that we're focusing on that research. So I really don't want to take away any horses yet because that is one that takes a little while to build up. Oh, we finally lost Castine. Still haven't lost Falmouth, but we did finally lose Castine. Only 7 more days away from building U.S. muskets, which as soon as we finish building out these regiments, that's exactly what we're going to do. And we did suffer from some desertion. Now we don't have enough rifles, it looks like. Yeah, now these guys we're going to need to buy a few more Spanish 55s, it looks like. Well, we had 15 in stock, so we'll just buy a few more. I'm not sure how many we'll need. We'll see at the end of the day. We actually have some hunter rifles because some of these guys left. That's annoying. Not enough officers now. Oh man. We got so close and now we are starting to have issues again with officer recruitment. Okay, recruitment of low-ranking officers. Probably would be best to have my guy do that. We could actually, again, I think it's 20, under 20 we rep. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that because we really need to do that. Okay, so these guys are ready. Get them going. Get them moving towards Middleborough. And then over here, we will go ahead and get these guys fully decked out with a lot more men. Although it's going to take a few days. Okay, they did take Falmouth, so they are moving down, which is worrisome. I don't know if they just took Falmouth because, oh jeez, more men arriving in Canada, more men arriving in Canada. So they are starting to stock up in Canada, so we really do need to get this show on the road here in the south. Really, it's just wagons. I forgot we put those supply stretchers in, so we are going to have to buy some wagons if we even have enough. There's only one on the market, so we're only going to be able to equip it with one, which isn't great. Not great at all. But at least it gives us something to come into battle with. Alright, change international changes, that's fine. Okay, he's reached Middleborough, so let's get him in. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to start moving down Arnold. I'm going to have him come across. Okay, they're not moving out of Fort Frederick just yet. That's my biggest worry. He's gonna command the northern assault down. Like I said, we're just sort of getting into positions now. Ah, jeez. Who is this? The Miamis. I'm not gonna provide them. Oh, we got 106 Brown Besses? Heck yes. Let's come to one of my Fusilier units. Okay, so this is the one that's fully equipped with good weapons. So let's come up here. Brown Bess. They also have all good weapons. So both of these ones have good weapons. So let's come down to Morgan's rifles then. And equip them with the Brown Besses. Why can't we apply the Brown Besses to them? Oh, I guess you don't need to hit apply, I guess. Maybe? Why won't they accept the Brown Besses? Can we not put Brown Besses on these guys? What's going on? That's weird. Okay, maybe we'll just put them on this one of these units. I know I took some. Yeah. Why can't we apply the Brown Besses that we just got? Alright, maybe we'll give it a day and that'll help us. Oh, we broke off some troops from Fort Lovell. Oh, Rhode Island, thank God. That prevented us from, although not enough money, not enough muskets, that didn't allow us to build up any. So they are bringing some troops down, it looks like, to join up in Salem, which is unfortunate. Did not realize that they were slipping people by. Now it's making me worried that they built up a little bit in Boston, but not by much. Or maybe that group was already in Salem before? Because, yeah, they had about 8,000 men in Salem, so I guess that group was already in Salem before. Hold on, before we... Let's come to the market now. Again, I'm not sure why they're not letting us equip them with Brown Besses. Let's sell some of this stuff just in case. Because I don't want to take another hit to my coffers. Because technically I was in the negative. The only thing that saved me was that donation. Or that event from Rhode Island. So trying to avoid taking a big penalty today. Okay. God, I know we're not going to end up having enough. Yeah, okay, so we're technically ready. We're technically ready with this group because we're not going to be able to get that. Let's go ahead and do refill copper. Let's go ahead and do refill textiles as well. Let's just keep doing this stuff because I really need it. At the moment, we can hold off on some of this stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and... So they already have 4, they have 4 units, they have 6. So I guess Morgan's rifle will come over here to Leicester. Or maybe we will have them, maybe we'll just make a group of 3 and a group of 2 over here. Because I really want, because essentially they're going to make up my center when we come to the big battle. Because it is going to be a big battle. And like I said, I mean, I should have been thinking, and I actually don't want to right now. Not enough muskets over here. How are they? I guess they've been taking attrition. Make sure they are a priority. Oh well, they should be able to get muskets no problem from here on out, because we're about to fight this battle. As soon as Morgan gets in position. What's very interesting is I live in a town where they actually have a bridge named after Daniel Morgan. So we got 8 officers due to conflicts of loyalty. So we'll let them rest for a day once they get there. So on the 7th, we'll be able to start moving out. I want to rest for an entire day. And like I said, October 7th, we'll start our march towards Boston. An officer has betrayed us. Great. Doesn't say who, though. Would have been hilarious if it was Daniel Morgan. Alright, well, it's nobody in these forces over here. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll get all these guys out, form them into a brigade. We will do these 3 units, we'll form them up into a brigade. We'll do these 4 units. We'll just have them all be in one brigade. And let's not forget about these men in Portsmouth. Join them into a brigade. Come on, get into a brigade. Okay, get these 2 out. Get them into a brigade. Them into a brigade. Alright. So this is going to be one army right here. Okay, come on, Merriman. You're slowing us down. And so we march. Like I said, these guys will head down towards Salem. And these all will head towards Boston. And I believe that is where we will leave this episode. So let's do some quick math here. Actually, let me break out my phone and do some actual calculations so I don't embarrass myself here. I'm just curious to see if we outnumber the British. I'm pretty sure we do outnumber the British at this point. So 1492, 941, 1844, 1440, 1910, and then an additional 1400 from the north gives us a grand total of 9,000 troops to attack the 8,000 troops stationed in Boston. Hooah! That is going to be a task. We outnumber them. We have quite a bit of cannon. Let's see, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 full groups of cannon, so that's just 800 men of cannon. That's what, 40 cannons total down here, plus another 5 up in the north. That's going to be attacking Salem. The only issue is the British have cavalry, which is going to affect us greatly as we march forward. And yeah, cavalry is going to be our first showing against cavalry, and it's going to be difficult because I have played against cavalry in my other playthroughs, and it is not fun. You essentially have to just pepper them with artillery. There's almost no way to stand up for your troops to stand up against cavalry. other than just overwhelming the cavalry. And at that point, you're losing hundreds of men just to take out one 80-man cavalry unit. So yeah, it's gonna be fun because yeah, Boston has, like I said, the almost 300 cavalrymen. Thankfully, none in Salem. So our forces to the north are outnumbered greatly. Like I said, they're going to be outnumbered 2-1 in the north, but they're really just a diversion to keep those troops in Salem, or at least not letting them come to the south here, where we can hopefully overwhelm them in the south and then join up with Arnold's forces in the north. One thing we do want to do is make sure we are moving our generals with the army. Bandit will be able to move forward in the next episode. But yeah, this is all going to be for the next episode, and it is going to be an interesting one. It will probably be just the Battle of Boston. But it's what we've been preparing for this whole time. Hopefully it goes in our favor. But until then, I do appreciate you sticking around, especially for what was probably a more boring episode, as we've really just tried to fit out this army and manage money. And speaking of money, one thing I want to do before I leave, let's sell all these. Let's just sell all the muskets, because when I'm marching, the last thing I want is for us to run out of money, because then morale suffers. And in fact, what we might even do before we actually hit, sell one of those iron, before we actually hit Boston, what we might actually do, it's kind of a cheesy thing, but you can actually help your morale. Where is it? By just upping the salaries of your forces, like bringing it up to 1. Although I really don't know if that's going to help us too much. It really depends. It would be like right before the battle, if you just up it, you actually get a slight morale. Oh, excuse me, a morale bonus. That might be something we do. I might play around with that. We'll see. But of course, until then, everybody, again, thank you for watching. And hopefully you join me for the next episode. It should be a good one, as we really go toe-to-toe with the British Army for the first time, like in a major engagement. It should be fun. But thank you all for watching, and as always, well, bye.